Good morning, wrestling fans, and it is Tuesday morning. I'm here today instead of in the evening time because I chose to be here today because, frankly, I'm just off today. So I decided to get on and do it right now. So what's going on out there, everybody? Yesterday was SmackDown's next to go home show because the go home show will be next week. And I'm going to go through this relatively quickly today. SmackDown's a 2-hour show, not the 3-hour show that Raw is. And I want you to comment below, as Jeremy Johns would say, let me know what you thought about Monday Night Raw. Or Tuesday Night SmackDown, if you will, so to speak. For me, Tuesday Night SmackDown, which I came in late watching it, but I went back and watched it. I finished the show last night, went back and watched it afterwards. And for me, it was just okay. It was a 3.5 out of 5 WCW titles. And I'm going to go through the winners and losers of the matches and then tell you why I thought it was just an okay show. But first, SmackDown, which is the Blue Bland, the Hells from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And guess what, y'all? Pittsburgh's a better place than Cleveland. And people from Pittsburgh will tell you the same thing. First of all, Daniel Bryan's new shirt. I'm okay with that. I'm a fan of that. I'm cool with that. I'm going to show off with a beautiful package from last week where we got the return of Daniel Bryan. As you can see, those who are watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube, not the podcast, from thechairshot.com. Make sure you go to thechairshot.com. Hashtag use your head. Okay. And since you're going there, go ahead and follow me, yours truly, as well on Twitter, social media, wherever social media is sold, at Mike Knoxxx. You already know how to spell it with 3 X's because you're tuned in to Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knoxxx. Also, for your podcast lovers out there, just Google Mike Knoxxx. Google, and you'll see everything that comes up, whether you have an iPhone or an Android. Hell, even if you got a Google Pixel, you have Google Play, you got Stitcher, and you got iTunes. So go ahead and listen to all the shows previously and the ones coming out. We got a big Wrestlemania weekend coming for you guys and just 8 days away. But SmackDown Live last night started off with Randy Orton and Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal, and it's now going to be known as Rusev Mania. Rusev Mania, y'all. Rusev pins the United States champion. Also, last night we had Becky Lynch take on Ruby Riott. In that match, Lynch wins via pinfall. I guess that means the Riott Squad is about to go somewhere where we all thought they would go before, and that's to the back of the bus where they belong. Also, last night we had Daniel Bryan come out. He gave the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens major key alert. Not really. We knew this was going to happen. We kind of wanted to dabble as wrestling fans. And this is where I say wrestling fans, between weeks and shows, you have the ability to think and to use your imagination on where you would want the show to go and things like that. So we got Daniel Bryan came out, which we knew is going to be him and Shane McMahon versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But there's stipulations, and here's what I don't like, and I will get back to that momentarily. I don't like the stipulations, which going to use my wrestling intelligence, as this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, and I'm going to try to use some intelligence here, and I could be completely wrong, but the picture. Sorry, see, I tried to say the word, but the word was coming out with another word, so I had to mix the word, but I'm going to put the word back together where I was trying to say, and that's a picture is being painted here with the canvas. Is it? Let's talk about that momentarily as well. Did love that segment. The New Day took on the Bludgeon Brothers, or as my kids like to say, the New Pancakes took on the Belgian Waffles last night. And a no contest was there. The Bludgeon Brothers win via disqualification because the So's interrupt. And now, guys, we got what we always thought we was going to have, and that's a triple threat at WrestleMania for the tag team titles. Tyler Breeze took on Dolph Ziggler. Winner is Dolph Ziggler. Smash match. That match is there. If I had friends over, because my son's baseball game was there, which, by the way, he went 2 for 2 with an RBI, but he still got a weak bet, and I love it because he loves and knows that I'm just joking with him. He knows that I love him, and he's trying to do his best. And, guys, I love my son when he's playing this, but he's just trying. Okay, I don't care if he wins or loses, but when my kid is trying like he's been trying, I'm a proud father. So then we go on to Shinsuke Nakamura versus Shelton Benjamin. Earlier in the night, we had Shinsuke Nakamura go to AJ Styles and say, I want you to be in my corner. Why? We don't know. Somehow he's there. Good match, actually. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the match. At the end of the match, AJ and him get into some fisticuffs. And now let's go to the top of the bottom, because now we hear about the show and what I thought about it last night. Morning, everybody watching right now. Here was my problem with SmackDown last night. It is just, I felt, and most importantly, the stipulation, because now we're going to have, like I said, being the health issues that plague Shane McMahon, because you were asking yourself, was this true? When I first saw this, and it was being first reported by WWE, then reported by all the other hashtag Def the Dirt Sheets, hashtag F the Dirt Sheets during WrestleMania season. And I said, well, you know what? I read it and it said diverticulitis. For those who are close to me, know that I suffer from that disease. It is an intestinal disease that honestly, guys, at any time can flare up. I could be on this show right now. Then the commercial one says, where will you be when your diarrhea comes back? That's diverticulitis. But here's a kick with that. It could be either that or it could be clogged. It's basically what it is your intestines gets clogged and you can't get the poop out your pooper scooper. And by not getting able to get the poop out your pooper scooper, it hurts. It's a very painful thing. If anybody can remember, this is what kept Brock Lesnar out of UFC events when Brock lost all that weight. This is a very and the funny part about this is the doctors had said this to me when I got it. It's really one of those diseases that is like 1 in every 10,000, something like that. It's a crazy astronomical number of those who can catch this disease. And it's not like something you can catch or spread. It's an intestinal disease. And honestly, guys, it's from bad food. It's from bad dieting. It can come from an array of things. So this is what's important. This is why I love guys like my best friend Waz Shabazz, the one we call Waz, what my wife tries to do. And those, you got to eat clean. Nothing wrong with eating takeout, guys, but we cannot eat takeout every single day. So, but that's what's going on with Shane McMahon. And so you ask yourself, was this real? Was this fake? So go there as you will. But my problem was this, because it had been speculated amongst the Smart Mark groups and various different outlets and Facebook groups or whatever group you're a part of that talks wrestling, that the signs looked as if Daniel Bryan would turn heel. And I've always edged on the side of caution by saying they couldn't do that, right? Like, why would you turn Daniel Bryan heel? Because it's to me, it seems like no matter what he does, the crowd won't boo him. He is, I asked a debate last week, who's more of the real people's champion? Is it The Rock because we gave him, or he said he was the people's champion and we agreed with that? Or is it Daniel Bryan for the one guy even bigger than Mick Foley that fans wanted in that spot? So can you turn Daniel Bryan heel? And if you look at the stipulations in the match, if you will, so to speak, it makes me think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn them are going to win the match, because it doesn't make any sense to have a stipulation. Well, if they win, they get their jobs back. If they don't, they're fired. But here was also the caveat. You have to listen closely when there's storylines going on. And one of those storylines, and what he said was, if they win, they will be back to being full-time competitors on, air quotes here, SmackDown Live. We already know there's a shakeup coming after WrestleMania. It may not be on Raw after Mania. It'll probably more than likely be the week after Raw after Mania and SmackDown after Mania. But that's what he said. He said if they win again, I'm going to repeat it, they will, if Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon win, they will be fired. If Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wins, they will be back on SmackDown Live. They didn't say nothing about fired from the company. That is your caveat. Good morning, Jason Michael Campbell. Nice to see you. Other guys in there, my man, Dice Man checking in, Hugo, Daryl Johnson, Granddaddy P from across the pond, Peter Guest, and Michael Berry Sr. as always. So those are things you have to ask yourself about that storyline. And this is why I don't like the storyline. Well, I didn't, honestly. This is why, honestly, guys, I say this all the time. This is why I wait to the next day so I can think about what happens, get my thoughts together, and then as I'm saying it, have what I think could be a correct answer come out. Because now it makes me think Daniel Bryan and them kind of still will win by him saying that. But is that just an Easter egg that they throw out there to throw fans off, the same way that the coach on Raw the night before mentioned the Undertaker by saying, which Undertaker are we going to get, letting people still have the speculation or throw the cog in the spacely sprocket, if you can, of the American badass versus the dead guy? Can this be that? Because back to the theory of Daniel Bryan turning heel, not my theory, but theory that people have put out there, it does kind of make sense. And that's in the sense of those are his boys. Those are the ones he has been helping out for the better part of half a year or longer. Right. So to turn on Shane wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, because then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will have their jobs back. You will have those guys together, and that whatever wish you want to call it of a stable, if that's what you would call it, if anything. What happens with Daniel Bryan's general manager's position at that point? And so it's a lot of questions go into that, and I like that. And I like the fact that I'm going to go get me a new Daniel Bryan shirt. See, I wore the other one last week if you didn't notice, with the yes on it. This one says, thank you, Daniel. So that's why I have issue with that. Victor Gardner puts in here, DDP was the first people's champion. Daniel is going to win the match. Shane and Daniel will fight at the next pay-per-view. Okay, let's see that. And no, DDP was not the first people's champion. No, I won't agree with that one at all. Plus, you didn't use all capital letters when you said DDP, okay? And you are in the service. Because of you, I'm safe and I can sit here and have free internet. Well, not technically, it's not free because I paid for it, but you know what I mean, okay? So use all capital letters when you say DDP, okay? He wasn't the first people champ. I got to check my stats. I think you're wrong, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, hey, that means I ain't always right. So also, Michael Berry said, Miss SmackDown last night, how was it? Again, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. WCW titles. The reason why I gave it the WCW title because WCW, to me, had a chance of always being great, but sometimes fell short. I thought SmackDown fell short until the second hour, which, again, I missed the whole first hour because my son was out there doing his baseball thing, and I mean doing his thing pretty damn well. But I came home, I rewound the tape and caught myself up, and I didn't like it. What I don't know, and if somebody can help me out here, what happened with Charlotte Flair that she was taken out of the glorious, mixed match tag match, and why he had to find another tag team partner. I didn't get that on SmackDown. I don't read dirt sheets. Again, hashtag F the dirt sheets. So I don't really know what's going on in that. American Badass, because Cena is picking him, and the badass doesn't take junk in that theory. Listen, I've been saying American Badass as well. If anybody does take the opportunity to listen to Busted Open Radio, which airs every day, actually, and Billy Ray said it makes sense to have something different because, he retired The Undertaker, or Roman Reigns retired The Undertaker, so this would be good. And plus, you got Kid Rock going in, and it's something. So I know some fans are, iffy on it or whatever, and at the end of the day, it's still The Undertaker. Okay, so that's how I think fans need to go ahead and look at it. Michael Perry with the bang sign as well. You need to broadcast from Busted Open event. Well, you already know, Michael, you're not going to be in the building, but they know I'm going to be down there. The Bell Kings are coming through. So, again, everybody's going to be in New Orleans. I will advertise their event, okay, between 1 and 3 Central Time, 2 to 4 Eastern Time. You can still on the radio. The Hall of Famers, Mark Henry, the Hall of Famer, Bubba Ray Dudley, Jim Ross, the coach, and all will be down there along with their host, Dave LaGreca. And I've called into the radio program. They already know they're going to sign all the belts. The Bell Kings are coming through, and we're coming through deep. So, again, if you're going to be there, come meet us. Don't just meet the wrestlers. We got more belts than they do, at least at that time. Not more than Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray has more titles than anybody between him and Ultimo Dragon. But just go down there and have some fun, have some drinks. Again, buy me a drink. All right? So, but SmackDown, okay, so then the end of SmackDown you had, because again, all the parts that were pretty okay, was the Usos interrupting and then them going at it, as my sons like to call them, the new pancakes and the Belgian waffles. That's, you got kids, okay? You got kids. Let kids be kids. This is why I love wrestling today, because my kids watch wrestling different than you watch wrestling. If you watch wrestling the way my kids watch wrestling, then you will like wrestling the way that I do. It's just a way to watch it. It's different. I don't get into it. Again, I will always get on grown-ass men who hate other grown-ass men who are playing a role on TV that's not a real-ass role on TV. Get to know the grown-ass man. Just put it back in perspective again. I hate CM Punk for what he did to us as wrestling fans. But the man, Phil Brooks, fuck it. I got no problems with you, dog. Go do your thing, Thug. Because the only problem I have with you is that you're not from Chicago. You know that. You're from Peoria, dog. You know that. You're from Rosemont. That's not Chicago. That's Illinois. Okay, I'm from Inglewood, the heart of the South Side. That's Chicago. All right. So then the Usos, like I said, Usos, Bludgeon Brothers, we're not going to have that triple threat match. Then the end, you had Shinsuke Nakamura saying the reason why he will beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania is because AJ Styles is too emotional. He can't deal with everything that's going on. And Shinsuke was a little bit better yesterday than he has been in past as far as his language barrier was everything going on and him talking like that. But like I said, guys, this is going to be a small, condensed version of Around the Blocks of Mike Knoxxx. Just wanted to come out here and get my thoughts out if I could. I didn't want to come back this evening. So I want to get it out now. since I was off. I woke up a little late. Wow, it feels good. I woke up at like 8:30 in the morning. So came in last time I woke up this late, period. I don't know how people do it every day. But like I said, comment below. Let me know your thoughts, your belt grade, if you will, so to speak, once you give wrestling SmackDown Live from last night. Again, it was just okay. And again, everybody knows I've been dubbed the hashtag WWE guy. And again, I like all wrestling. I mean, just what it is. It's impossible not to like all wrestling. Okay. But I've been dubbed that because they call me the ultimate apologist for the WWE. I can't apologize for last night. Again, it wasn't a bad show. It's just you're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. You had so much momentum from last week with Daniel Bryan. Why not, and have him come out at the end of the show and announce that? Why in the middle of the show? That's it. And again, I'm not here to book it. I'm not a guy who books things. It's not my job to say, give me the book. That's a dumbass thing to say. You know what I'm saying? It's so I'm not going to, that's just dumb. I know people have segments like that. And like, what do you mean, give you the book? Everybody books. We all try to book things. You know what? It's not as easy as you think. Go talk to people in the business. Okay. We all sit here and make fun of the WWE, but they go through 50,000 ideas for one storyline a day. Some shit sticks, some shit don't. It's what it is, guys. So again, 3.5 out of 5 WCW title for me for SmackDown last night. Wasn't a bad show. Wasn't a bad show at all. You can't have a bad show when you know Daniel Bryan's back. You can't have a bad show with the Usos on there. You just can't have bad shows of those things happening. But I did notice, again, the no Carmella situation and how the Riot Squad have been, Becky Lynch winning. What does that say? The Women's Battle Royal is coming up. You have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal coming up. We now have the Triple Threat match. Well, they did do some things on SmackDown. What did you expect? I don't know. Sometimes I don't expect anything. And last night, I didn't expect much. So I didn't get much. 3.5 out of 5 WCW belts, as my man Jeremy Johns would say. Comment below. Let me know what you thought about SmackDown Live. And I'm out of here, guys. Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knoxxx. Again, Google me. Follow me on iTunes. In Google, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever podcasts are Soul and Sports, Perfect Plex Talk Radio, Fox Sports Radio, Soul and Sports. That is thechairshot.com. Hashtag always use your head. And guys, remember, it's WrestleMania season. So hashtag death to dirt sheets. It's WrestleMania season where you can be a kid.